Hey guys, so on this episode of Make It with Calvin, I got one of the two brass locomotives put together, and I'll kind of talk you through what went right, what went wrong, and some pointers that I've learned so far when it comes to ordering laser cut brass parts, especially if you're going to use them in a model train application. So let's dive into it. So first things first, the issues that I ran into were 100% my own creation. In short, I'm so used to designing parts with effectively the cut width is going to create any tolerancing I need for the parts. No big deal. Well, in this case, the problem is because of a tiny bit of slag buildup on the edge, as well as the fact that this is metal and it is not as forgiving as wood. I ran into the problem that some of the parts didn't exactly want to fit together, but thankfully that was really easily fixed with some filing for this model. But I will say going forwards, I am definitely modifying my designs so that way there is some tolerancing, about 3,000 to 5,000 thousandths built in there. The other advantage of that is it also gives a little bit of a gap for the solder to flow into, which is ideal so you can get a really strong join. So that minor issue aside, the parts actually turned out incredibly well. There was that slight bit of burr from slag on the edge. Brass has zinc in it. Zinc likes to be reactive. End of story. Very easily removed if you just had some Scotch-Brite pads or some sandpaper. I threw mine in a rock tumbler with some media. Don't exactly recommend doing that because on thinner walled portions it could bend them, but I got away with it, so that's that. Now when it came to assembly time, I have to say having the tab and slot was so handy on this. I have one of these ceramic soldering mats, and if you do any kind of torch soldering, these things are well worth keeping around. Just note that an oxyacetylene flame will melt this. I've done that before. But this is really nice because you can set the parts down on it. It acts as a heat insulator. And then I had some 90-degree blocks with some other ceramic parts that I set up on the ends to hold everything in place. And then to solder it, I just used this little micro torch from Harbor Freight. It's butane powered. It definitely is not the hottest thing on the face of the earth, but it got the parts hot enough, quick enough that I could actually solder 40 thousandths brass with it. So this got the job done. Oxyacetylene would have been quicker. I don't have that with me, so that's what I used. Now for the roof on the model, I just cut this out of some sheet copper that I had laying around. I think if I were to do things again, I would definitely design in a tab on both ends of the cabs and then see if Laser Bros would be capable of cutting some thin, either brass or copper, depending upon what their capabilities are, and then using that to help me locate the parts on here so I'm not playing, oh, I think it's lined up, but I'm not 100% sure it's lined up. Anything that can make your life simpler is handy, and then when you're done, you can just file any remaining material off and you're done. So as for this model, I still have to work on some doors for it. I'm also thinking of maybe making this into a traction locomotive, so it will have a little platform and a pantograph on top. Those are things to figure out for the future. I did also have the 2-cab design that I'm still going to work on, but because of the tolerancing issues that were my own creation, I've decided I'm going to just reorder those parts in Laser Bros with the correct tolerancing, and I'm going to actually assemble that one on camera along with the roof tabs because I think it would just make my life a lot simpler. So if you guys are interested in Laser Bros and what they have to offer as a laser cutting service, I will have a link to them down in the description. If you're interested in this locomotive, please let me know, and I might actually look into doing a run of these. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time on Make with Calvin.